Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be trying out the island generator on Jurassic World Evolution 3, which is the latest installment in the Jurassic World franchise by Frontier Developments. And I'm going to be trying out their sandbox mode, their island generator, and other features and showcasing them here. I will say before we continue that Frontier blew my mind away. Just when I thought they could not get any better with Jurassic World Evolution 2, they come up with things I didn't even know were possible to improve on. So props to them. Anyway, um the island generator is based off an older game from about 25 years ago called Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. After Jurassic Park 3 um came out in 99, they made a game. I was too young to play it. I didn't even know it existed till I was like 11, but long story short, they had this way to make islands creative by generating how much foliage and stuff were used, and a lot of fans wanted that returning, and somehow Frontier was able to incorporate that into Jurassic World Evolution 3. So I am going to test it around and see what happens. So one thing I always wanted to do was I'm making this map. I made a map that's extremely mountainous because I want to make an environment based off that infamous scene Walking with Dinosaurs with the Tapajara um on the cliff sides and stuff. That scene was something I always tried to capture in some of my documentaries. I done it once in Spore with all the splashing water, but the quality wasn't that good. But for Spore standards, it was pretty good. So now I'm gonna try to do this with Jurassic World Evolution 3. And um so first what you do is basically I'm playing around with the foliage brush. They have these brushes that remind me of Zoo Tycoon 2, like um before rocks had to be put individually and stuff, and it was kind of a pain in the butt to do that, positioning the rocks and stuff every place, and it would change the angle of the mountain and stuff, make it flat and stuff. It was very difficult to make like rocks on the cliff sides of a mountain on to make it like a rocky cliff. If you tried putting a rock, it would make it would flatten the surrounding area and just make it look out of place, to put it nicely. But it was very efficient for beaches though, and stuff like that. Other things that I used to use was to try to make a bunch of rocky environments, but it was just very difficult because there would be a large map and I had to just keep placing rocks everywhere. Well, now with this barren brush setting, I'm able to just move my mouse in any given direction and literally brush the place with rocks, so it's way quicker and more time efficient, and it is honestly a big relief and has made making unique environments even easier for me. And now that you see what I've been doing, now that I've placed all the rocks, what I'm going to do now is um, pick a species of pterosaur like Tapajara. And Frontier actually has two guys who can fit this job. Tupendoctylus, which is already well known from the last game. They moved it from Jurassic World Evolution 2 to 3. Design looks actually better to me because it has more colors on the crest. But I like the Caillou Jara more, the new one. I might be saying that name completely wrong. It's a newer species discovered, so I'm not really familiar with it. But it has more hair on it, and more, I think they're called, pectile filaments. I might be saying that name wrong, but basically, pterosaurs didn't have feathers the same way as birds and other dinosaurs did, and pterosaurs aren't even dinosaurs. They're actually just a flying reptile. But they had like this fuzzy filament situation going on to keep themselves warm and probably insulated in while flying across different areas. So I'm picking a Kanujara. One cool thing I got to do is they have gender differences. I was going to use the scientific term, but it just sounds wrong nowadays. So gender dimorphism is basically a difference between male and female, and that's really cool to do. And there you go. So I'm placing them. But one error I found that I hope Frontier fixes that I wanted to bring up is two things. One, there's a lot of water that is open in the map, but you can't place marine reptiles outside of a lagoon into the deep water. That is something I hope to see repaired or fixed. Another thing which was really a bit of a downside to the rock brush was that the pterosaurs cannot land on the rocks directly. They try to find ground. But then if they try to land in rocks, they kind of get glitched out and disappear from the map. And even if you do placement rocks, they don't land on them. Like in Prehistoric Kingdom, the dinosaurs are able to run around on the ground and stuff. And it is probably my biggest want in a repair that the pterosaurs and other animals can literally stand on rocks, sleep on them, and hopefully Frontier can fix that. But other than that, this game is exemplary in the island generator. I tried to simplify it as much as possible for you, everybody, but I will say this brush This brush setting makes everything so much faster, easier, and less time consuming and tedious. And again, I have to tell Frontier, thank you so much for making this easier. For those who like to play sandbox and just make wonky environments, or even if they have to do decorating if they want to make a park or a barren landscape, this is just made what would probably take a few hours, done in a few minutes. So, thank you again, Frontier, and I can't wait to see what else you guys have cooked up in future updates to the game. If you guys haven't bought the game, you can get it on Steam, and it is worth the money if you're into dinosaurs and stuff like that, and other prehistory. Thank you so much for watching this video on the island generator. I'll be showcasing the other settings in Sandbox as well. I'll also be doing DLC prediction videos. And once again, if you like my other content involving prehistory, stop motion, and other fun stuff, please like, share, and subscribe. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.